job, and in the meantime, just try to relax.
I don't want you to look for a job. I don't want you to work. I want to take care of you the way that I promised you. Back when I would before we got married.
Don't worry about keeping that promise.
But I meant it. And the idea of you having to go to work, upsets me.
But what choice do we have?
I don't know. I just don't know.
Cindy's leaving to go to the kitchen when the sound of knocking comes from offstage.
I wonder who that is.
Probably someone trying to sell something. We'll see who it is.
Cindy opens the door. A middle-aged man enters. His name is Gus Aristides. Gus is Steve's uncle.
Hello, Cindy. You are looking lovely.
Thank you.
Uncle Gus. It's good seeing you.
Steve gets up, hugs Gus, and escorts him to a chair. Gus sits.
Can I get you anything?
No, nothing. Thanks, nothing for me.
Come on, at least have a beer.
Okay, a beer.
Bring one for me, too.
Cindy exits.
She's a good girl. Your wife.
Sure is.
You're a lucky guy. Me? I live alone.
Then you're lucky, too.
Cindy returns with 2 bottles of beer and gives one to Steve and the other to Gus.
Won't you have a beer, too?
I don't drink alcohol.
Oh, I forgot.
Cheers.
Steve and Gus clink bottles, each takes a drink.
So what do I owe the honor of this visit?
Please accept my apology for coming here unannounced, but I just wanted to see how you were doing.
It's nice of you. Everything's okay.
That's not what I heard.
What do you mean?
I heard that you're not too happy at the job.
I don't know what anybody's been telling you, but they're wrong. All right? I love my job.
Come on now. You're talking to your uncle here. Not some clown on the street.
Really? Everything's all right.
Why don't you tell him what's been bothering you? He's been complaining about everything.
Is that true?
No, not really. I just want to make more money.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. If I can do it. The problem is that I'm working hard, playing by the rules, keeping my nose clean, but don't have the plug nickel in the bank. That is, I have nothing to show for it. And I'll tell you something else. If that damn boss of mine keeps dumping more work on me, I'm going to give him a rap on the mouth.
And lose your job.
So what? That's a crap job, and I can't stand working for him anymore.
So, what are you going to do?
I don't know. I just don't know.
Maybe you can go to school?
Oh, you sound just like her. She said the same thing. Can you imagine me sitting in a classroom? Huh? Get real.
Oh, well, all right. Well, what about becoming a boxer?
Oh no, please don't start with that up again.
Hey, let me hear what he has to say. Go on.
Yeah, well, look, as a former boxer myself, I can tell you that you have the tools to be a damn good fighter. And, provided you commit yourself to it, you can do it.
The idea of Steve getting beaten up for a living is disgusting. And I won't have it, Gus.
You won't have it. Well, what about me? How much money could I make?
Well, I mean, if you're good enough, you can make a bundle.
That's right, enough to pay for a decent burial.
Stop it! Why are you always discouraging me? I'm a man, and I want to make something of myself. Don't you understand that? I want my day in the sun. I want to live the American dream. Not just dream it. Not just for you, but for us, baby.
I know you do, but I just don't want you to get hurt.
But if I keep living like this, I will die! So, if I decide to become a boxer, how do I start?
Well, first, we got to get you signed up with the boxing gym. Then we get you some equipment. And then I put together a training schedule, which you would have to follow rigorously with me as your manager and trainer.
I don't like this.
When do I start making money?
When you train enough and you're ready, then I'll start finding matches for you. But remember, there's a lot of competition out there, so finding matches can be tough at first, especially if you're an unknown. But if you're flexible matches can be had. Of course, at first the purses will be small, just a couple $100. But if you keep winning and attract attention, then you can make some real money.
Like how much?
Like, well, that depends on who you're fighting and your place on the card. But it could be 4 and even 5 figures. But you got to be willing to fight and to win.
I am able to fight and I'll win.
Good. That's what I want to hear. I'll help you get started. But it's going to be up to you to make this work. You got to put everything you have into this body and soul. Are you willing to do that?
Absolutely.
Good. We'll start first thing tomorrow. With dedication, perseverance, and luck, you'll be a champ.
That sounds good to me.
Steve and Gus shake hands. Cindy has a frown on her face and shakes her head slowly from side to side. End of scene 1. Scene 2. The next day, 7 p.m. The interior of Bailey's Boxing Emporium. Boxers are training. Some are shadow boxing, others are sparring, others are lifting weights and working the punching bag. Steve and Gus are in a ring. Both are wearing trunks, headgear, and gloves.
Now I'm going to teach you how to box.
Okay.
Now try to hit me.
Steve throws a right that Gus easily dodges.
Lesson 1. Always remember that your opponent can move. Now try to hit me again.
Steve again throws a right, which Gus again easily dodges, but this time he throws his own right, which hits Steve squarely on the chest, causing Steve to stagger backwards.
Oh, you surprised me.
Lesson 2. Always remember that your opponent wants to hit you, and therefore always keep your guard up. Now try to hit me again.
Steve throws a weak right that hits Gus on the jaw. Gus doesn't budge.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah, I mean, you got to hit harder. Lesson 3. Try to win a fight by knockout. The longer the fight lasts, the greater the chance of you losing. Therefore, you have to develop a punch.
How do I do that?
By working out, building your upper body strength, and strengthening your muscles until you're as hard as steel. But since some fights do go the distance, you also have to build up your stamina until you're able to run at least 5 miles non-stop. You think you can do that?
Yes, sure I can. I'm in great shape.
Good news. Good. That's what I want to hear. Now let's see what you have learned so far. We're now going to spar. Put your hands up.
Steve and Gus begin sparring. Steve repeatedly throws punches at Gus, missing each time.
Come on, Steve, hit me.
Steve charges at Gus, who pushes him away and gives him a light kick on the butt, causing Steve to lose his balance and fall. Gus helps Steve out.
You can do better than that.
Why'd you kick me?
To teach you to always be on your guard. Which brings us to lesson 4.
Suddenly, Steve slugs Gus square on the jaw, knocking Gus to the mat.
Lesson 4, don't ever embarrass me again.
You packed some well up there. How come you didn't hit me like that before?
Didn't want to hurt you.
Gus gets up, still rubbing his jaw.
Anyway, here's lesson 5. Learn to take a punch, then give it back without mercy. You understand?
Yeah, I understand. Now enough of this talking, let's start boxing.
Steve and Gus start throwing punches as the lights go out. End of scene 2. Scene 3. 1 year later. The locker room at Spectacular Marina in Philadelphia. Steve and Gus are in the locker room. Gus is removing the tape from Steve's hands.
You did it! You won! You were terrific. A knockout in 58 seconds. Wow!
Yeah, my right hand's a little sore.
How's it feel to be the lightweight Golden Gloves champion?
Feels good. It's better than not being a champion.
Sure is.
A reporter enters. Her name is Dudley Douglas.
My name is Dudley Douglas, and I'm a reporter with the Philadelphia Daily Bugle. You mind if I ask you a few questions?
Sure, go ahead.
You were terrific tonight. Where'd you learn to punch like that?
It's all training and practice.
And how many fights have you had so far?
I don't keep track. Maybe 30, 40?
That's amazing. And have you thought about turning pro?
Yeah, I thought about it.
So when will that happen?
You gotta talk to my manager about that.
So can you tell me when Steve will be turning pro?
Yeah, I thought about it. Oh, wait. No, sorry. All I can tell you is soon, but there's no exact date.
And how do you feel about being a Golden Gloves lightweight champion?
It's a great honor. But to tell you the truth, it's not enough. I want more. So you know what? Here's a news story for you. As of right now, I'm turning pro. Period. No need for waiting, and you're the first to know.
Thanks for the scoop, Steve. That's an exclusive. And I want to tell you something else. You just made a friend.
Same here, pal. There's nothing wrong with making a new friend.
Absolutely none. Especially when the cat's out the bag.
Your announcement will be in tomorrow's paper, okay?
All right, I'll be looking for it. And make sure it's in big print.
Steve and Douglas laugh and shake hands. End of scene 3. Scene 4. 4 years later. The editorial room at the City Bugle. In the center of the stage is an office desk. 2 women are seated, one on either side of a desk. The woman seated on the left is Douglas. The woman seated on the right is the sports editor, Victoria Murphy, also known as Vic.
I want to do a feature story on Steve Denopoulos.
We've been following this guy for years, so why do a feature story on him now?
Because this guy is for real, and he's been tested, and now has a chance to contend for the title. So let's play him up.
We've tried that 4 years ago, and after you discovered him.
Yeah, but you kept my discovery buried in the middle of the paper.
With good reason.
What are you talking about? Since turning pro, he's won 27 fights. 24 by knockout, including 7 in the first round. What more do you want?
But weren't most of his fights with ringers?
No way! He's already fought some of the best. Ernie Smith, Derek Palmer, Luis Marquez. Pound for pound, he's the best boxer in the world today.
And you're willing to put that in print?
Yes, I am. I have personally seen him fight 14 times, and he's won decisively every time. But whenever I write a story, you bury it in the racing section.
Right now, he's still no story. No matter how good he is, he's still a lightweight. And people want to read about heavyweights, not lightweights.
You're not looking at this the right way, Vic. Okay, he's a symbol of the average, ordinary street guy who's just trying to survive. Comes to the United States as a teenager, looking to make a better life for himself. Soon finds himself going nowhere, working a dead-end job. Feels cheated and trapped, and now the guy has a chance for stardom. Who can't relate to that? It's the American dream.
So he's in line for a shot at the title.
Not quite. Del Covington is interested in putting on the card as a feature event at the stadium, matching him with Homer McCoy, the Olympic gold medal winner, in a non-title event. Whoever wins gets a shot at the title.
So how do you think he'll do?
McCoy's tough, but Denopoulos will handle him.
Yeah, but will he win? I don't want to start doing a spread on the wrong guy. Why not do a feature on McCoy?
Because McCoy came up through the ranks, and his story has already been published in at least 7 other papers, while Denopoulos is your classic outsider lone wolf. He wants a shot at the title, and there is no way that he will be denied.
Well, okay, we'll go with Denopoulos' story, but remember, if this guy loses, I won't forget who put this idea in my head.
End of scene 4. Scene 5. The following day. Bailey's Boxing Emporium in downtown Philadelphia. Steve is in the ring sparring. Gus is standing outside the ring watching them spar. The sparring fighter is pummeling Steve with punches.
Keep your left up. Watch his right. Duck and punch. Duck and punch. That's it. Keep it going.
A man enters the scene. He is large, well-dressed, about 40 years of age. His name is Louis Bromeyer.
Your boy's looking good up there.
Thanks, Bob. And who might you be?
Oh, my name is Louis Bromeyer, and I'd like to speak with Steve Denopoulos, if I may.
Okay, fellas.
Here he is.
Take a break.
Hi, wait, how long you guys here?
Oh, we're in the wrong line.
Yeah, you're in the wrong.
Okay.
The gentleman here wishes to speak with you.
Do I know you?
We've never met, so let me introduce myself. I'm Louis Bromeyer, and I deal in real estate. I live on DeKalb Terrace in Fairmount Park.
That's just a few blocks from where I live. How come I never seen you around?
Oh, because I just moved from Utah.
Okay. So what do you want to talk about?
Well, I've been reading about you in the papers, and from what I've been reading, you look like an up-and-coming guy. And I like that, because you remind me of me. I want to become a champ, too, in real estate. I'm in the process of buying up rundown buildings and converting them into income-producing properties. And I thought you might be interested in getting a piece of the action.
Sure you want to listen to this guy?
Oh, I can assure you that I am completely legitimate. Have nothing to hide.
So what do you want from me?
Oh, I want you to become a shareholder in my company.
What's a shareholder?
Well, someone who owns part of a company. You invest money, and then you get a return on your investment.
That sounds good to me. Tell me more.
It's like this. You pay me money, I make you a partner, and then you make lots of money. It's as simple as that. You just leave it all to me.
You hear that, Gus? All I gotta do is give him money, and before I know it, I'm making money. That's what I like to hear. Now, what I want to know is, how much money could I make?
Oh, well, right now I can't say for certain because I don't know how much my properties will earn. But I'm sure that once the renovations are completed, it could be quite a lot.
Excuse me for butting in, but how much money would Steve need to invest?
Oh, thank you for bringing up that matter. I would be asking you to invest $35,000. And in return, you would have 1/3 of my company.
$35,000. No problem. I already have over $30,000 in the bank. And with my percentage from the gate, for my next fight with McCoy, I'll be able to afford it easily. This should be being a shipping clerk.
Oh, by the way, I want to compliment you on your success so far. Your boxing career has been very impressive.
Thanks a lot.
I read that originally you're from Greece.
Yeah, right outside Athens. I came here when I was 16 years old. My uncle here got me started boxing. Since then, life's been great.
You took control of your life. I like that. That's the American dream. I congratulate you, and if you ever become champ...
Oh, ever?
Excuse me. When you become champ, I want to be there to help guide it along.
Can I talk to you for a moment?
Excuse me. What?
Are you sure you want to invest your entire savings with this guy? Seems kind of fishy to me.
What are you talking about?
I mean, look, the guy waltzes in here, and we have no idea who he is. He makes all kinds of promises about making money, and then wants you to pay him $35,000. That's a lot of money.
Hey, he seems on the up and up to me, and besides, from what I've heard, there's lots of money to be made in real estate, and I want a cut of the action.
Well, what's Cindy gonna say?
Nothing. It's my money. I earned it after all, after I became the champ. It won't matter anyway.
You mean if you become champ? Don't count your chickens before they hatch.
What's the matter? You think I won't win?
I didn't say that.
Enough of this talk. I like the guy, and I'll talk with my wife, but no matter what she says, or anyone says, nobody's going to stop me from getting what I want, and getting what's mine. Nobody. Do you hear that? I will never go back to being a shipping clerk making $2.50 an hour for people bossing me around, and you can take that to the bank.
I'm just saying, you gotta be careful.
Yes, but if I was always careful, I'd never do anything. And then where would I be?
I'm just trying to look out for you.
I know that. Look, I like your offer very much, and I will definitely give it some consideration. But right now, I need to concentrate on my training for the next fight.
The one with McCoy.
That's right. If I win that fight, I'll be next in line for a shot at the title.
Well, I certainly wish you all the luck in the world.
Thanks a lot, mister.
Oh, please, call me Lou.
Okay. Lou?
Lewis and Steve shake hands. Gus is looking at them, shaking his head, indicating his disapproval. End of scene 5. Scene 6. 1 month later. Philadelphia Stadium. Center stage is a boxing ring. A large crowd is watching a fight in the ring. The crowd is really into the fight, making a lot of noise. Steve is one of the fighters. In the crowd are Cindy, Lewis, and Lewis's wife, Melissa. They are sitting right behind Steve's corner.
Oh my god, he's taking a beating. I can't stand to watch it.
That's it, Steve. Give him the old one, too.
Your boy isn't looking too good. McCoy's putting him through the ringer.
Hey, he's not a boy, he's a man.
I don't mean anything by that.
Hey, ladies, come on. Watch the fight.
That's right. Watch the fight and keep your remarks to yourself.
My, aren't we Miss High and Mighty? Who does she think she is anyway? All evening she's been acting like a prima donna.
Oh, who cares? Let's root for Steve to win.
Look at his face. He's bleeding.
Well, that comes with being a boxer. So what's your gripe?
How would you like it if your husband was the one being hit?
Lewis is too smart for that.
Ladies, please. Enough of the garbage talk. Just watch the fight.
The bell rings, sounding the end of the round. Steve returns to the corner. He is bleeding from his nose and mouth, and his face is swollen. He looks over to Cindy and the others and waves at them.
You're doing great, pal. Keep them coming, all right?
Please be careful.
Doing great, my foot. He's taking a first-class shellac, and look at him.
Will you shut up?
Hey, this is no time to argue. We gotta root for Steve to win.
I hope they stop the fight. I can't stand watching him fight.
Oh,
Watch him get hit.
What are you complaining about? He's finally earning some real money.
True, by being beaten up.
It's the nature of the sport, babe. Deal with it.
The bell rings. Steve gets up and immediately takes a punch in the face.
No!
Come on, Stevie, you can win.
The crowd is yelling wildly as the scene ends. End of scene 6. Scene 7. 9 years later. It's 6 p.m. The living room in Steve's apartment. The apartment is crammed with clutter that is piled up to the ceiling. Cindy is putting food on the table. Steve enters. He has an unkempt appearance.
Where have you been today?
At the gym. Where else?
You and your gym. A lot of good it does you.
It does me a lot of good.
For you, maybe, but not for us.
You're always complaining.
I have a right to complain. We're still stuck in this dump, and you've made this apartment into a pigsty.
I want to start throwing stuff out, but I don't know where to start.
Ever since you lost that fight 9 years ago, our lives have become a disaster.
I've asked you not to bring that up.
I can't help it. You won't work. You don't wash. I don't even know why I'm still with you. It's like you've given up.
You don't know what you're talking about.
I don't? Like I didn't know what I was talking about when I told you not to give that Bromeyer guy the $35,000 and you did it anyway? Or when I told you not to be a boxer and look where that got you.
Why are you always nagging me? So I've made a bad investment. What could I have done with my $30,000 anyway?
Why are you... Maybe if you'd gotten a job, you know? We could have afforded to move out of here. I don't make enough money babysitting, and with you on welfare, we're lucky we can even pay the rent.
There's no way I'm ever going back to working for someone else again. I would rather live in a hole in the gutter than do garbage work for next to nothing.
Well, that's where we might wind up if it keeps going like this.
Let me talk to Gus. Maybe he has some ideas.
You've been saying that for 9 years. So I'm gonna talk to Gus. Well, he's the one that caused all the problems in the first place.
Don't talk disrespectful about my uncle. Because of him, I was somebody, at least for a while.
That's in the past, and you blew it.
Blew it! Just shut up! Shut up now! I didn't blow anything. Do you hear me?
Okay, Steve. I'm sorry I said that. There's your food.
I'm not hungry.
Look, Steve, you know I still care about you. But still.
But still what?
I'm trying to talk to you, but you won't listen.
I know you care about... I know you care. And you even got me involved in the church, but what good has that done me?
It has taught you to put your faith in something higher and stronger than yourself.
I've tried doing that. But here we are, arguing again, with you nagging me. Just like I'm a little kid.
I just want what's best for you.
Okay, I believe you. But don't tell me what to do. I decide what's best for me. If you don't like it, then...
There's knocking at the door.
Who's that?
Probably your uncle.
Cindy opens the door and Gus enters.
Hello, Cindy.
Hi, Gus. What brings you here?
I thought I'd come by and check up on my favorite nephew.
Have a seat.
Gus sits at the table.
So, what's the word?
I haven't seen you in a while, so I want to know how you were doing.
How come you don't buy the gym? How come you don't come by the gym anymore?
Because when I see you there doing nothing, it upsets me.
What do you mean doing nothing? I help out. I give pointers to the boxers.
Come on. Who are you fooling? Ever since you lost that fight to McCoy, you've never been the same. It's like you lost your edge.
That's right, Gus. And now all he does is no.
What do you want me to say? I had my shot and I missed. After that, what could I do?
You could have kept on boxing and got another shot.
That shot was a one.